Okay, so today uh, I'm going to explain some subnet how to do that so how to calculate that. So these things it's very hard of some time so if you don't understand the how that works, right? So that's why I'm going to explain what I learned last day 3 4 weeks ago. So I'm also facing very hard. I'm like a very hardly I learned this one before. So I don't know how to start that and what is that IP address means. So that's why I have very hard time in that times, right? So that's why I what I learn and in easy way that I want to share the everyone. So this is for everyone. So doesn't matter who knows this one or doesn't know, right? But if doesn't know, so it's good for you, I think. So let's start this one, okay? So okay, so this subnet is IP I'm giving here for the class C, right? Class B I will make after this one. So let's see so how much I can explain in there, so you can comment me later. So let's see, okay? So this is a normal IP of like a C, right? Because this one is starting from like a 192.168.20.0, right? So we know the IPs which is starting from 192 168, so that is always goes to I C. But before that, so what I want to say here, if you have this kind of IP, and what do you say here? So into 56 hosts in each subnet. So somebody wants, I'm like in your office or somewhere, this is just for the for the example I'm giving here, right? So we can put anything here. So if in your boss, your office, your boss asks you okay, make like a 33 host in each subnet, or 50 hosts in each subnet, 64 hosts in each subnet, anything. So they will give you this IP, and they will ask you make host is 56. So give me how many network you can make in our for our office. So we can let's make this one is a easier. Okay, it's good, no problem. You can change anything number this here. Okay, I just give here like 56. Okay, for that, before starting anything, so you have to follow these steps. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, first is determine the IP address class and its max. So we know this is a IP. This IP is a class C, right? So this is a actually a private one. So last time I a little bit forgot that to put in here the IP address in private. So that's why I just changed this one and make this video again. Okay, so let's see here. This is 192.168.20.0, right? This is a actual I X class C IP, right? So determine the IP address class. This is class, okay, into 56 hosts in the each subnet. Okay, so what is the default default max for this one? So we have to figure out that. So and the class and max, right? So default is for the class C 255.255.255.0, right? This is everyone know that who is working in our class right now, right? So the next step is uh, this is a figure out, okay? This is figure out the network and host portion, right? So what is the network and the host portion? So let's see here. So we can say here this is before do anything. So we have to figure out that which one is a network and which one is host, right? So here I'm just converting this in decimal to binary, right? So we know that in 255 means 111818181, right? Say 255 This is 8881. So we can write this way. So if you don't know how this come out here, so I can show you here. So just go to programmer here. This calculator is easy to figure out that, and just type here 255. Check it out here. This one. See here, 1448, right? This is a 8. So 255 means 8111, right? So and then so this 255, 255, 255, right? All. So 888, 24 here, right? This is a network. Network is, we can say like, this is a network means like one, we give the number is one. So because computer understand only like a one and zero, right? I mean like a zero and one, anything. So for the host, we give always like a zero. In other way, we can say this is a, off, this on. So on, off, on, off. So in, computer language, right? So we give the like, network for the like one and the host for the zero here, right? So the next step is, this is we figure out, right? So one is network and host, we figure out from our like, default, class and like, max, right? So now third step is like, find out number of hosts and SG means like a subnet, subnet generator point. Okay. And then, so how do we figure out that? So let's see. So I will just like, explain this one little bit here. So it's easy to like, you can understand. Okay. Because this way I learned that, so how do we do this one? So I learned that. So that's why I just want like, share this one with you guys, right? So let's see. Okay. So find out number of hosts. Number of hosts is already here, right? This is a number of hosts is already here. So but this is not like, actually, your boss or your office, they want like, 56 hosts in each subnet or network, right? So we don't have here. So check it out, this in one formula here. You can say like, and I would say like, this one is formula. So we have always, we have a 8-bit, right? Every octet, this is a one octet, two octet, three, four octet. Every octet has like, 8 bits. Okay. So that's why we count here like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8-bit. So 8-bit here, and 8-bit here. So I would say here like, so this 52 or 56, anything you can put here. Okay, so I will go and change this one for the 56, right? Okay, this 56, host, we have to like figure out what is where, which point I will like, which bit this one is, we can figure out there, right? We can see there. Okay, so what I do, so for the like in a small, easy like in a way to, I will do this one. I will go here and then just like, type 56, right? See, 56 means, what is a 56 means here? So 56 means like 1111000, right? So what I do here, this means 111, so 1000, right? So the other way we can say, so how many, which bits are we need to make like a 56? 56. See here. Okay, let's see. So this number is bigger than like, 56. We can choose this one. Okay. And the other number 64. This one is bigger than like, 56. We need to find first lower than 56 number here, right? So 64 doesn't work. 32. Okay. This is lower than this one. Okay. I will add this one. 32. I'll just put here standard one. 32 plus, and 16 is also like, lower than like, 56, or like, it's not enough to like, 56 here right now, right? So that's why I just want to add that 16 plus 48, right? So we need more. So we need almost more than this one, right? So how much we need? So just minus 56. I will do this here. We need 8 more, right? So 8 means this one. Okay, I will put here 8 1. Okay, the rest of the things all are 0 0, like this. This is 0 because this is, we are not using here, right? This is 0, we are not using for the like in 56, right? This is, I used just now, right? Here, and 32, 16, and 8. This is total is like 56, right? Okay, so now what I do here, did you check here like, this in this bits, host, now this is a host number, right? So this is 1 2 4 8 16 32 64 128, right? Because we are counting like, from the 0, right? 0, 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5, 2 to the power 6, and 2 to the power 7. 7 means 128. This is 64. You can, calculate in your calculator if you want. So I use like, 32, 16, and 8. Total is like a 56, right? So what I do, this when you write here, don't write 0 and this 0. The forwarding part of the 0, don't use this one. Okay, prefix is don't use this one. Just use this backside. Okay, so I will go right down here because this is one is like, for the before I use this one, right? And one more 0, right? So let's see, 111 000, right? Here same thing I did, 111 000, because here is a 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? That's why I wrote here 6 bits, because here is also 1 2 3 4 5 6, 6 bits, right? For 56 host, we need a 6 bits, correct? Okay. Now, so this one is a, we figure out, but what happened if you don't have a 56 here? You don't have a 56 here. We just measure and like, adding this number, and this number. I mean, like this bit, and this bit, right? This host bit, this bit, and this 3 bits we add. That's why we get like 56. But we need 56, but we don't have here 56. What number is here? Next number is 32 and 64 here, right? Next number is. So every time when you are, create the like a subnet generator, so in that time you have to choose like, next number of your uh, from your like, these bits. I mean, like, if you have like, this number and this number, this 6 bits is equal to like a 56 hosts, but we don't have here that 56 hosts. That's why we always go to next bit. This is a 1 2 3 4 5 6, but we have to go to in 7 always. Okay, so that's why this is your actual, host. You have to choose, and then you can get like a 56. So don't go lower than 56 number here, right? If you have like, suppose 35 also, you have to choose this one. If you have like a just 30, you can choose this one. If you have like a 15, you can choose this one. So same thing, because if you get like a same number, like in a 632, doesn't matter, it does works. You can use choose the like in this number, right? But if you have like 56, you don't have a 56 here. So that's why this is a, IP address, math. So it doesn't work like, if you choose like 56 from here, right? But we have to choose this number is a 7 bit of this last octet, right? So that's why what I did here, I put here like, subnet generator is like a 64, right? 64 is our subnet generator. We can say this one is like a magic number also. Like in a Bijay Shah said that, like, this is a magic number we have to figure out here, right? So every time later we can do that. I wrote here already, but like, I will explain that how to do this one. And what is the octet position, which octet you can change. So we know that this is first octet, this is second octet, this is third octet, this is fourth octet, right? So only you can change in 4 octet in class C. This is a 100%, you have to like memorize that, right? You have to always memorize this one. So always if you get like in a class C, IPs, you have to change always in 4 octet. That's why I wrote here like, octet position is 4. This position you can change. Okay, now, so we figure out like, our 6 bits, right, for the 56 host, and we figure out the which is like, subnet generator. So this is our subnet generator, because this one we can use because this is not enough like a host. That's why we are using like, 64 here, right? This is a 7 bit, right? So that's why this is your subnet generator. And where you have to change, always go to like, 4 octet. This is done. When you figure out this one, you have to like, put the like, I just put here like, one here red, because we are using this bit. That's why. Okay, And that's why we get this one 64 here. That's why just for the symbol this one we are using like 7-bit here, but we need like a 6-bit, but like actually need is like 64 for the 7-bit, right? So find out the actual subnet max and CIDR value. Okay, so how do we figure out that? See here, new subnet max. Before default is our this one, right? Always. I already said like Class C default max is this one, 255, 255, 255, and 0. But but if you are using like in a whole, I mean like a 256, in that time you can use this one. But if you are using like 56 host, so in that time we have to change the in our subnet max also. Subnet max, describe your network size. That is a way we do like calculate, I mean math. Okay, so that's why I put here, because I already said like mentioned already. So this first one, two, and three you can change here. You can't always change here. That's why I put here like a 255, 255, 255. These three we can change. This is always go to in a network. Only host part here we can change, right? So that's why what I did here, I put here in 192, right? How come this one is come here? Okay, let's see. So this 192, because how many bits we need here? 6-bit, right? 6-bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This 6-bit we need for the like a 56, right? But this one, 128, 64 is we never use here, right? We just put this one here because of for the we don't have like 56 here. That's why we just for the this number we put here for the like a subnet generator only, not for the like using for the bits. But bits is always 6. This is a little bit tricky, so we always do that. So that's why what I did here. So this 128 and 64 we never use here. That's why I add these two number for the our marks, new marks. Okay, so that's why 128 plus 64. Let's see here. 128 plus 64 is 192. These two numbers, and this is your new subnet. Got it? Okay. Now what I do here, this is 26, right? So how come this 26 is here? This is a CIDR, classness, right? Inter domain routing, right? So how do you get this one? So let's see here. So I already mentioned in, every octet has like 8 bits, and these 8 bits. So we count here right now. Okay. So this 8 16, this is 8 24, right? And this is 25, this is 26. So that's why I wrote here like in CIDR 26. That's it. You get, from this, IPs and this host, you have to put this marks and this CIDR. Now we finish this thing out. Now fifth is generate the network range. How to generate that? Okay, let's see. So always I just put here like 4 network here, because we can get like a 4 network from here. I know that, right? So otherwise you just put like this. So if you don't know, so just put here first number of this one, first number of your IPs, 192, 168.20 and 0, right? See here, 192, 168.20 and 0, right? So, and we know we have a, like in a 64, is our subnet generator. Okay, so every time, because we can use like 32 here, because we need like in 56 host, right? Doesn't, it's okay. So because 56 little bit more, is like free, like host, so we can use that, other devices or any. So that is, but never use like less than this one, right? So that's why I use this 64. This is, that's why I say like this is like a magic number. Okay, so here, so that's why I wrote here 64 is magic number. Every network, every next to network, when you're going to like create, add this magic number. In here also, like 192, 168.20, right? This is your IPs here. So I'm going to add 64. When you add 64 here, so what do you do? What happened? 64, right? Next is like a 192, 168, 20, and 64. When you add 64 again, it's come to like, these three numbers same, like just add, change it here, 128. And when you add the 128 plus 64, let's see, 128 plus 64, check it out, 192, right? 192 plus 64, 256 total, right? So like that, so we can, calculate this one. And this is our IP, right? So I use always this first IP. This is our network ID, our network address, right? So this is our first network ID, our network address for first like a network, right? And here is a broadcast. The broadcast is always like, come the last number of your that network, because when here is just like a 64, right? This is 64 total. Total is 64. When you count 0 to 63 is 64 total, right? And how do we get this 63? Because always this is the rules, right? So if you put like 64 here, because we add this one, right? 64, just subtract 163, that's it. And this is your first ID, I mean like a network ID. This is your broadcast ID for this network, right? And then you have here the usable. So this is you can use in any, you can use like in any network. You can use these two, last and first and last, you can use. But between this last and first IP, you can use that for your host usable IP range, right? So 192.168.20.1, 1 to 192.168.20.62. Here is 63, right? And 64 here. So keep like this, we can calculate this one, right? So here 64 plus we did 64, right? So 128, and here your broadcast is the 127, and this is your usable 64, 65, and 126. This range you can use every every network every network. So here this is 128 and this is 191, right? Because here's a 92 minus 1, 191, and the total is like total is 255, because 255 plus 192, if you add, so you get like 64, right? But in between here always, so that's why I wrote here 62 minus 2. Every network here, this one has like a 62 host, copy paste, and this one has a 64, and this one has a 64, and this one has a 64, 64. I'm sorry, 64, 64, 64, all like total of host, but you get like usable is 62, 62, 62, because broadcast and network ID we don't count. So that's how we get like this range always. And we can go more than like a 256, right? Because this is a class C. Class C has always one octet we can use. We can use only this one, never use this one and this one and this one, because it's one, two, three. If you use this one goes to like a class B. If you use this one goes to like a class A. So I will go and make like a class B also, after this. So because this I'm learning also, how to do this one. Before I don't know about this one. So I figure out this in a 5 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this one helped the many new students. So and who is like troubling to learn this one, I hope this one is a help for you. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I chat, so I will go and put this in I will give an answer for you. So I'm just like sharing the my experience, how do we learn this one. So that's why I just making this video for everyone. And when I making this video, it's build up my confidence also, so okay, these things I can explain to others, so this help you and help me also, so I'm just learning. Okay, so don't take it the other way. So this is not for the any business. Okay, this is just for the like sharing the with friends, family. That's it. Okay. anyway, so I'm going to make like class B also. So class B, how to because we are always using like this normal class C, right? So class B little bit like harder. So but it's not that much hard. So I'm just trying to make that also. Okay, so let's see. Okay, see you then.